say, you have low vision. How are you so confident? How are you so right? You are strong. You don't let nothing get in your way. And when you know you can do something, you ignore what everyone say and you push yourself till you can do that. Well, I wasn't always that way. I gotta say, back in my younger days, I went through a lot. I went through many challenges in my life, and there are lots of challenges I have went through. Way too many to list. I'm not gonna put it. Some are personal, but I'm gonna tell you the people who helped me become the man who I am today. One was a lady named Mrs. G. She was awesome. She was in my middle school and she followed me up to
Battery
high
may run.
school. And she stayed in high school all the years that I was in there. I don't know if she's still in high school anymore or she went back to middle school. But she said, Joey, you ain't going to school. You need to go to school to finish. And there were things going on. That's why I didn't want to go to school. Things going on at the school itself. But we won't get into those details of the things that were going on. But another awesome person was my stepfather, Tom. He taught me there are no limitations in this life except the ones we put upon ourselves. And no matter if you come in last, when you admit yourself to something and you participate, always make sure you finish the task you've done. It doesn't matter if you come in first, second, third, fifth, or last. It matters that you did it and you need to finish the job you done. And always to make sure you think before you do something because every action has a reaction, and always make sure you do good in life and treat others the way you want to be treated. And just remember, your dreams are not dreams. They can be done with some effort. Anything is possible when you put effort into something. And don't let nothing ever hold you back, he taught me. And he taught me many other things too, some about house repairs and stuff. Then there was my mother's boyfriend, Bob. He taught me what my uncle Bob. No, there was different. My mom had a brother Bob and she had a boyfriend Bob. Yeah, it was confusing. They were two Bobs in the family at once at that time. But my mom's ex boyfriend, Bob, he taught me automotive skills. When I was 7 years old, he taught me how to drive a tractor that was standard, and he taught me how to drive a Willys. Yes, a Willys wagon. A 1952 Willys wagon standard I got to drive. And a 1946 Jeep CJ 3-speed manual. I learned standard on all of those. And legally blind does not mean you're completely blind. You still have some sight. I had tunnel vision, but yes, now my vision has gotten worse. I lost the sight completely. My left eye in the front, but not on the side. My right eye ain't as good as it used to, but I don't trust myself even riding a bicycle anymore because it gotten worse. But that's aside the point. But I don't let it stop me. Like if I was in the middle field, sure I ride a bicycle or something. Because you know why? My goal, you guys won't believe this, I'm building a race car. Yes. I got 95 in automotive school. I got the car and I'm building it. It's already supercharged, twin turboed, and it's a 24 valve engine sitting on the hood. Yamaha 3.0 and a Taurus. Look up the Taurus with the Yamaha engine. They were made for racing. It was a high performance version of the Taurus back in the day. I got that engine sitting on the hood of a car, and I am building it to a race car. Unfortunately, people destroyed it, but in the town I grew up, they didn't like people with disabilities that much. Some people, and unfortunately, they destroyed my car, and they also destroyed my friend Adam's truck. I'm sorry, they destroyed his truck. They destroyed my car, they destroyed his truck, and then they destroyed another friend of mine's car. But anyone with that disability, mainly, they destroyed their stuff. But that's beside the point. But that car I'm rebuilding into a race car. Look up Mike Newman. Look up Dan Parker. They're blind race car drivers that have broke the speed, a blind speed land record of a blind guy driving a car. I am going to go for that goal. Even if I don't hit the goal, I'm still going to go out on that track to prove no limitations are in this life except the ones we put upon ourselves. And how I'm going to do it? You might say, how are you going to do that? That's dangerous. Well, I'm going to do it with practice because I found an old airport that nobody used, and I asked the town, could I go out and practice on it with somebody riding shotgun because I want to race? And they said, sure. You will all see the car when it's done. It's fast. It is, trust me, because before it got destroyed, I had it purring like a champ, It cannot go on the road. It's not street legal anymore. It's too souped up. It has high performance fuel injectors, a larger throttle body. Fuel is just poured right into the engine now. It's a different fuel pump. And it has a racing exhaust. No catalytic converters, no muffler, no nothing, because that slows the air leaving the engine. And you want that. It has huge camshafts made for high speeds only. If you go slow, it won't run as good. Everything is high performance on that engine. I built it myself with low vision. Yes, I did it all myself. What it used to be an old Taurus that my mom had. She got in a bad car wreck with it and it totaled the car. And I bought a car for my friend. It was another Taurus. I put the one that my mom owned back together. But I said, no, what? I'm going to soup this car up. And I did my research. That had a Yamaha engine on the hood that we never knew, because the old SHOs and stuff had a Yamaha engine on the hood. And that had a Yamaha engine on the hood that I never knew of. And I souped that Yamaha engine up even more. There are parts online. It's a place in Georgia. You can get high performance parts for the old SHOs. But more to the story is back to subject. Sorry for getting off topic. My stepfather, Mrs. G, was two good persons that have made me the man I am today. There were also a couple other people who have done it that I'm going to mention their name right now. Like I said, my mom's ex-boyfriend, Bob. My uncle, Bob, was a great person who motivated me and stuff like that. Now, my father, who adopted me, yes, I was adopted. So when I say my mom and my dad, I talk about my adopted parents because I really don't know my other parents. I don't know who my biological father is. Nobody does. And long story short, my father, who adopted me, owned a store. And he let me run it for many years. I did lottery, I did cashier, I did stocking the shelves, and all that kind of stuff. But also, it wasn't just him. It was, I'm trying to think of a name to give you the proper. Andy was another good friend of mine, and Toby, him and his wife was awesome. When I ran into problems in 2013 back in the day from people who don't like people with disability, even though I got out of school and stuff, I still had problems. They kept an eye out for me because my mom's car, the tires got cut and stuff like that, and a couple of times I had to take off running, but other than that, we won't get into that. But that's because East Screamers ain't the best area, and I'll tell anyone that. It's a lot of stuff that goes on in that town that not many people know. That's why I don't live there, and that's why a lot of my friends don't live there, because of chaos that goes on in that town. Not the best town for a family. But we'll get back to the subject. And another great person that motivated me was Abby, my friend Abby, my friend Sheila, my friend Max, my friend Matthew, my friend Victoria, my friend Nicole, and Jake, Tiffany, and my friend, what was that other name? Oh my god, I forgot the name. It's been so long. I moved around so much. Yes, I was in the same school all the time moving around, but I never really made friends in school. I made them outside of school. I did have a few friends in school. That I'm thinking about all the kids in the one neighborhood that I lived at the longest, the house that I've like, oh, I got a home, I'm gonna live here. It's the longest place I ever lived at, but unfortunately then I moved again to another place in the same town, but it sucked. I moved more than I can count on my two hands, but I learned a home is not where you live, a home is what you make it. A home can be anything you call it a home and make it a home. It's how you choose to make it and make it feel is how you can make a home. But my friend Ashley slash X. Yes, you're gonna say, wait, Ashley slash X? Yes, her and I dated for 7 years. And we decided our friendship was too good to date. And we are still awesome friends. I'm gonna be her best man at her wedding. You might say, wait, you dated her for 7 years, but you're gonna be her best man? Yes. We broke up on such good terms. Her man asked me to be the best man at the wedding, her and him. I'm like, okay, I'll do that for you, guy. But she's an awesome friend too, and she was very good and always believed in me and stuff like that. And I also had a couple other people that did too. Ralph and Lori were the best landlords I could ever ask for. I wish I lived there longer in your guys' apartment, but unfortunately I didn't. You guys were awesome and like the best landlords anyone could ever ask for. You always fixed everything, and was like the only landlords I know that actually kept their apartments up. And you guys were awesome. Everything was always fixed. Anything went wrong, you guys were right there. And you guys were the best landlords anyone could ever ask for. But I will see you all soon in the next cool video. Stay awesome out there, everybody.